afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the third workshop on day 4 of Qatar National Products Week. With us today is Mr. ابراهيم الخطيب, Procurement Manager from Consolidated Contractors Company, CCC, and he will share with us a presentation and insights on an initiative by Ministry of Commerce and Industry titled 1,000 Opportunities. Welcome, Ibrahim, and I leave the mic and the presentation is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aziz. And good afternoon, everyone. Today, we will be talking about our corporate background, a brief about our history, our group holding, our offices around the world, our business services, our construction, our sectors, and we will be talking a little bit about our product and service requirements and our vendor qualification system. We have started CCC by the modest beginnings. We have been established as the first Arab construction company back in the 1950s. We have been awarded several projects throughout the Middle East and built our first oil and gas pipeline from Iraq to Jordan back in that same period. We have, throughout the years, we have managed to have a concrete base as a major general contractor, and we have entered the North African market. Throughout the years up to 1970s, we have managed to enter new sectors where we have expanded into the infrastructure, the power markets, especially in Abu Dhabi, and we have formed the National Petroleum Company NPCC and CCC underwater. Throughout the years, we have also managed to diversify our market. We entered the EPC market, and we were awarded the first project in the sub-Saharan Africa. We have completely developed throughout the years, and we entered the CIS market in the 1990s. We were able to acquire second oil and gas in Italy, and we were awarded mega oil and gas project back then. In the 2000s, we entered the new millennium, and we became the largest construction company in the Middle East. And we have achieved exponential growth, become ISO and OSHA certified, and we have reached up to $6 billion in annual revenue. Throughout the years in 2010, we were a part of the global solution provider. We strengthened our position throughout the industries, and we have managed over 180,000 employees. We owned worth of $1 billion throughout of construction equipment, and the annual revenue is $5.6 billion. 2020, we entered a new era. We continue to be a market leader, moving towards zero carbon footprint, and we are investing in innovation. We'll talk about a little bit about our group holding company. We as CCC, the subsidiaries are CCC Operations, who is specialized in the entire globe, basically in Middle East, Africa, and the CIS countries. CCC Underwater, who specializes in offshore support and diving service. This is based in the UAE. We have CCC Energy Development and Exploration and Production Company, and the Equatorial Consolidated Group, a company based in Equatorial Guinea. Also, we have Second Oil and Gas, which we previously mentioned, which is based in Italy, which is related to upstream and midstream oil and gas projects around the world. And our associate is Aqua, based in the UK, which carries out EPC water waste treatment. This is a glimpse of our offices around the world. We have in Europe, Greece, Italy, and United Kingdom, various offices around Africa, majority North Africa, the Middle East, Bahrain, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Palestine, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Yemen. And not to mention Asia, as you can see. We are a global construction company, and the services that we can provide range from engineering, procurement, construction, commissioning, operations, maintenance, and project development. Our experience spreads across multiple construction segments, from buildings and civil, mechanical, oil and gas, pipelines, heavy equipment, in the environmental projects, marine, and maintenance. I'd like to brief you a little bit about, we have successfully completed over $300 billion of projects in the span of 7 decades. We've proven track record attested by the quality of our project and our long-lasting relationships, especially with top-notch clients around the world. I would like to talk a little bit about our markets and our sectors. Here is the oil and gas petrochemicals, LNGs. We have finished the largest GTL project in the world, 15 gas processing plants, 12 refineries, 31 petrochemicals, 13 polyethylene plants, and 6 gas oil separation plants. In the pipeline construction, we managed to have the pipeline spread capabilities. Pipeline statistics, we have done more than 19,000 plus kilometers of pipelines. We have constructed the following sizes and types, up to 56 inches in diameter, water pipeline with up to 3.1 meters, experience in all types of pipelines, name it, HDPE, cement, ductile iron. Also, we were able to overcome various terrains, from deserts to jungles to swamps to crossings and offshore. We'll talk about a little bit our sector related to power generation and water projects. We have managed to overcome 38 power-related projects involved in the construction of power plants of having outputs from up to 5,500,000 houses prepared to take part of the renewable energy sector. Water and wastewater as well, 7 desalination plants, potable water storage facilities, 13 dams, and sewage treatment. We'll talk about transportation projects. Metros, the Riyadh Metro is one of our landmark projects. The Qatar Metro as well. Also the ports, the most famous is the Ras Laffan Port Expansion Project, which, as you can see, also has been done more than 30 projects, 11 kilometers of breakwaters, 7,400 meters of berth. We'll move on to in Abu Dhabi, which is the major terminal, 25 projects, 17 runways, including 4 of the largest airports in the Middle East. We go to roads and bridges. In the past 10 years, we have been able to complete 1,600 kilometers of roads and 87 bridges. Execution of buildings and sports facilities. In the last 10 years, we have been able to achieve products of high-end buildings, hotels, palaces, malls, universities, and stadiums. The most famous is the third highest tower in Abu Dhabi, which is the landmark tower, the largest shopping mall in the world, the Dubai Mall, and 6 stadiums. One of them is, as you can see, the sports hall in Khalifa. We go to the maintenance and underwater structures. We are dealing with oil, gas, pipelines, and heavy civil markets. We were able to obtain 11 construction maintenance projects, 2 purely operation and maintenance projects. Underwater, we have more than 50 years of experience. We provide air diving services in the oil sector, in the Gulf and in the Middle East, and we are achieving union. We move on to our CCC products and service requirements, which currently we are looking for. This is just a brief of the list of products we are looking for. You might be a subcontractor, you might be a supplier, you might be a service provider. This is the list of what we are looking for. It can range from accommodations, computer equipment, concrete, consumer electronics, electrical material, plumbing material, mechanical material, fit out, printed media, paper materials. As you can see, it's a big variety of products and services required. Now you might ask yourself how you can apply with us. This is the CCC vendor qualification system. I'll give you a brief about it. This is just a simple flowchart of how things go. Basically, vendors will have to provide us the below in order to be registered, and we will create an account for you. You need to give us the company profile, the certificate of registration, trade license, and the company email address. Please email this information to the following email addresses: malbao@ccc.net, with a copy to ccg@cc.net. And this is the contact number should you want to inform us about that. Once you send us this data, we will be sending you a link, which, as you can see in the second paragraph, once account is created, vendors will be notified via email address. You can log in and you can create your account, and then you will fill in your commodities and the product and services information as per the international codes of material and services, which then this information will come to us. It will go through our system to the relevant sections, relevant projects, and then based on what you have provided with us, you will be contacted for further collaboration. The vendor qualification, pre-qualification data, as you can see, it will be divided and screened based on the following databases. We need the product authorized representative. What are your products and services? Very important to tell us about your vendor organization. We need to know about your top management team, who they are, legal classification, business classification, and related data in the country. We will need to know, of course, about your vendor experience and your capacity of work. All of that we will be looking at it. Your financial and business standing, your SCM and logistics, your quality management procedures, which is something very important for us, and finally the declaration which you will sign once you submit the form. Thank you so much, and we will be waiting to hear from you soon. Aziz, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim, for the presentation and for taking us through over 7 decades of the company's history and sharing a wealth of information. I would like now to ask the audience to share their Q&A, and you can do that through the Q&A tab, which you will see on the bottom of the screen. You can type any questions you have, and we'll be glad to answer it today.
Aziz, I will stop sharing my screen at the moment.
Yes, you can do that, or you can go back to the presentation. If there is any slide that you would like to keep the focus on, that would be great. Any questions? Do you have? We have a question from Mr. Muhammad Amran Sheikh. And the question is, vendors should be based or represented in Qatar. Also, can the presentation be shared? So Muhammad Amran is asking if you can share this presentation with us, and we will share it with him. And if your vendors are solely based in Qatar or not.
Hello, Muhammad, and hello, Aziz. There is not a necessity that the vendor should be based or represented in Qatar. We are open to looking for feedback outside of Qatar as well. But the base of this initiative is for looking for people within the country as well, basically suppliers and service provider. However, we are always looking to expand our network and to hear from other suppliers, even from abroad. With regards to the presentation, yes, it can be shared. The presentation has been already shared with the ministry and QDB. They can share it with you as well. No objection from our side.
Thank you so much. Any more questions? In terms of vendors, will you be able to elaborate on what, like, examples of companies that qualify to be your vendors? Do you work with SMEs or not? I mean, what generally are you looking for? Give us a direction, maybe it will be beneficial to the audience.
Basically, what we're looking for, as you can know, the recent market, we are looking for subcontractors who are major subcontractors in the country who are dealing with major fit-out work or MEP work. We are looking for key suppliers who are dealing with certain brands in the country. We are looking for service providers who can provide us with, if not the material, with their own service. With manpower suppliers, there isn't any specific examples I can give. It will all depend on what the service they can provide and their standing with regards to the documents they will provide. At the end, we will pre-qualify them based on that, and anyone is welcome.
Excellent. So, do we have any more questions from the audience? Let me see. I guess the presentation was clear and concise, leaves no room for open questions. Is there anything you would like to share, Ibrahim? Anything more from your end to elaborate on?
No,
what
I would like to thank the ministry, and I would like to thank UDB for this opportunity to putting us as leaders in the subject, and we will be looking forward to collaborating with suppliers and vendors and making this initiative as a very good success for the ministry and for the market and for the Qatari market as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim Al-Khotib, Procurement Manager from Consolidated Contractors Company, CCC, for your time, for your information, and for your kind words. I'm looking forward to see the audience tomorrow for the 5th and last day of Qatar National Product Week. Have a good day, everyone, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.